So hello guys, welcome back with another video of Salesforce Geek channel, and in this video we are going to cover another video of Salesforce Flow for Beginner series. So as you know, I created a video regarding update record element. So that's the part 1, and today we are going to cover the part 2 where I am going to show you how you can use the another option, like where you can update multiple records at a time. So in this video we are going to use three concepts: data table, loop, and the third one is like how to update multiple records in a single go. So without any delay, let's get started. So first of all, I'm going to create a new flow. So let's click on new flow for that. And in this video, we are going to create a screen flow. So we need to select screen flow and then click create. So after this, let me just explain you the scenario, right? So for example, we have a screen, and on the screen we have address component as well as our data table. So in the data table, we are going to display all the related contacts of a particular account, and we are going to place this flow over a account detail page. So, and what's the scenario? Let's say we want to change the address of all the contacts in a single go, or the selected contacts from the data table in a single go. We just provide the address into the address bar, right? And simply we are going to click on next button. It will update all the contacts that are selected into the data table automatically. So let's check it out how we can do that. So first of all, we need to add a get record element into our flow so that we can fetch all the related contacts, right? So let's say type label as related contacts, and in the object we need to type contact. After this, we need to provide the account ID. Why? Because this flow is going to be placed on the account record detail page. So we need to provide the account ID in order to fetch the related contact. Equals, now here we are going to create a record variable which is of type account, and while placing the flow to our account detail page, we are going to pass the record directly into this variable. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on new resource, select variable over there, and let's say ACC record. Data type would be record, and then we need to provide what is the data type of the record and what is the object basically. So object is account, and simply we need to select available for input because we need to provide something to our flow. Now simply click on done, and in this we need to provide the ID. So ACC record will hold all the details of the account object. So simply we are going to add dot ID. After that, we need to click on all records and automatically store all fields, and simply click done. After this, what we are going to do, we are going to display our screen and name our screen as address change screen. Now I am going to drag and drop our address component to our flow screen and provide here address, or I can say shipping address, that is of account. So what I am going to do here, I am also going to fetch the default address of the account into these values. I will show you later how I can achieve that, right? So for now, I will change the label as well. So now our address component is good. What I need to do is I will add a display text and add here display text 1. Select the contacts which need a address change. Right now I am going to make it bold and in center. After that, I am going to drag and drop a data table onto this screen, and now I am going to configure our data table. So let's say related contacts table. I am going to remove the spaces, otherwise this will throw me an error. And label as related contacts. Also, I am going to select use label as the table title. And in the source collection, I am going to provide all the related contacts that I fetched from the get record element, that is related contacts. Now I am going to configure rows. So yeah, I can select multiple rows here. So it is by default selected. And if you want to provide multiple selection, right, you can. So for now I am just placing one so that the user need to select at least one record. Now in configure column, I am going to configure it. So in the Spring 23 update, this is a little bit changed and it is now simple instead of the previous release, which is winter 23. Now it is very much good as compared to the previous one. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add full name. So earlier you don't have the capability to select full name here. You need to write first name, last name. So this is also a feature of the Spring 23 release. I need to click on done. Then I will add, let's say, email, and again I will click on done. Now I will say mailing address and click done. I need to edit, sorry. I need to add one more column, that is mailing address, and click done here. I by mistakenly click on the bottom done, that's why it is visible like that. So this is our basic layout, right? How this is how it going to be displayed over there. Or I can change a few more, like I can make this UI a little more interactive. How I can do that, I will show you later. For now, let me just click on done and save this flow. Let's say quick contact address change. Let's save it. And now I am going to click on debug just to show you how it will look like. So here I need to provide one account here. So let's say if I select edge communication, because we provided or we created a variable and make it available for input in the beginning, right? So I need to select edge communication here and click on run. So here you can see this account has two related contacts and both are displayed in this section, and above we have our shipping address basically. So this is how our UI looks like. Now I am going to tweak our UI a little bit. So let's move to our earlier flow and move back to the screen. Now here I am going to add a section, and in the section I am going to divide our section into equal parts, and I am going to add this shipping address to the first column. Now in the second column I am going to add an image. So you need to select display image and drag and drop into the second column. In this, let's say in the API name, what you need to do, let's say image, and image name, if you click on this I button, right, it will say after you upload the image as a static resource in your org, enter the name of the static resource. So it is quite clear. Let me just add image 1, because I will show you in my static resource there is an image already uploaded that is of name img1. Now let's move back to the flow, and here you can adjust the image according to your preference. So let's say I'm going to adjust the height of this image, and also I'm going to add the width of the image, or let's say by default looks good. Now I am going to align this image to center so that it looks good. So now I just tweak the UI a little bit just to make it more interactive, right? Let me just click on done now and save this flow again, and let's debug again. So as I told you in the beginning of this video that we are going to learn how you can use data table, how you can use loop element in this flow, right? And the other one is how you can simply update multiple records in a single update record element, right? So if I select ACC record here edge communication and click on run. Now you can see our UI will looks a little better. You can even tweak it more, but just to make this video very in a concise manner, I don't have that much time to make it more beautiful. But obviously, if you want to try, you can, and also you can showcase this as a mini project of yours. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to apply a loop on all the selected records of data table, because I need to change the address of only those contacts those are selected, right? So as you know that the user might select one contact or multiple contacts, right? So that's why I am going to select loop here, and here I am going to type con. And collection variable, here I need to select related contacts table, because that is the screen component, and in this screen component we are selecting records. So I need to click on related contact table and selected rows. So selected rows means the rows which are selected in this data table. Then I need to click on done. Now after this, as you know, the best practice we need to follow to always update, or any DML element need to be outside the loop. So for that I am going to first use a assignment element, and in the assignment element what I am going to do, change the address. So in the variable I am going to add con, which is the current item in the loop, and then I am going to add mailing city, then I am going to add con dot mailing country, and I am going to map it with value that is coming from the screen component, that is relate shipping address dot city, and similarly with country, right? And similarly I am going to map all the fields that constitute our address field. So again select con dot mailing postal code equals shipping address dot postal code, okay, dot shipping address dot postal code value. Then I'm going to add the fourth condition or fourth field, that is con dot mailing state, shipping dot state, and the last one is street, current item, and then mailing street equals shipping address dot street, right? So these are the 5 fields that we need to map. Now I am going to click on done. Now again I need to store all these contact into a contact record variable. So for that I am going to use another assignment and make it, let's say, changed contact collector, and here I am going to create a new resource which is of variable type, and let's say con records, data type again contact, or sorry, data type is record and object is of type contact, because I need to store all the changed contact into this contact record variable, and we need to click on this allow multiple values so that it can hold multiple contacts, and then we need to click on done, and simply instead of equals we need to click on add, and then the value, that is con. Simply remove the dot and that's it. We need to click on done now. So after this what we need to do, we need to update our con record, which is like changed contact or whose address is changed, right? So I need to select update record element, and that's where the thumbnail justify this video, that is that is like in the earlier part I didn't explain the record collection, how you can update multiple records in a single update record element, right? So what I'm going to do here, type update change contact, or let's say contacts API name will be automatically populated, and the record collection I need to select con records, because this is the variable that storing the changed values, right? Here I am going to click on done, and that's how our flow looks like if I minimize the screen, right? Now I am going to save our flow, and again I will click on debug. So let's say I'm going to select account, which is edge communication, and if I run it, you can see both the contacts are displayed into the data table. And now I'm going to add one address, let's say village Kaland, city Meerut, state UP, country India, and zip postal code, let's say 250110. It's just a random one, right? I'm going to change both the contact addresses, and I'm going to click on next now. So here you can see the flow interview finished at December 27, which is today's date, right? And here in the result of the debug details, you can also see all record whose IDs in the con record are ready to be updated. Now I will move into the accounts and check whether the related contact details are changed or not. So if you see on scene Forbes, right, and move to details, here you can see mailing address is changed to the address which I provided, right? And also let's check for the rows. Move to details and see the mailing address is changed now. One more thing which I want to show you, let's say if I run it again, you will see right now this address doesn't contain any value, right? But if you want to add a default value, right, what we can do, you just need to open the screen and click on the address component, and here in the city value you can provide a default value. So let's say I want to provide the account shipping address into the shipping address component of our flow. What you can do here, you need to select ACC record which contains or the account record, and then city, so that is shipping city, and similarly you can do that with country value. So ACC record dot country, again shipping country, same with postal code value, let's say shipping postal code, again ACC record dot state, that is shipping state, and similarly with the street value, ACC record dot street, that is shipping street. Click on done, save your flow, and now if I click on debug, all the fields will contains a default value whatever we have on the account. Click on run. So here you can see we have values in street only. So let's say if I move back to our address, right, to account address, let's click on edge communication and move to details, and if I click on this, so here you can see we only have shipping street here. So let's say if I add all these details to the account, right, and also remove the rest details here and save my record and move to flows again and click on run again, right, run again. So here you can see now the address looks good and everything is populated according to our configuration in our flow, right? So that's it for the today's video, guys. I hope you like this video, and if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe this channel. I will keep posting these videos and add more videos into the Salesforce Flow for Beginner series, and there is a lot of content which need to become in 2023. So please stay tuned and subscribe this channel for more such videos.